This is BVN, Verbally Vicious News, with your anchor, Daryl Horner.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, Verbally Vicious Nation. Check it out. I'm rocking one of my shirts that a fan gave me, a little Aqua Teen Hunger Force, man. Because I love that shit, because I'm a pot smoker. I'm a pot smoker. Put me in jail. Fact is, in Minnesota, they won't put you in jail for smoking pot. That's what makes this a beautiful state. But let's get into that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the fact that we have a $9 trillion deficit that can and will escalate to $30 to $40 trillion with this fucking war and everything else that we have. But yet, we have a crop here in this country called Sinsamil, cannabis, THC, marijuana, that's considered illegal. And why? Please tell me why this devil drug is illegal. Somebody. Tell me why Jack Daniels and Budweiser and fucking Stoli and everything else is legal. And when it was illegal, people murdered and killed each other for it. And we finally said, no, we got to make this legal again. But yet weed gets people put in prison in this country. Why? If weed was legalized and just the male seed, the hemp seed, the one that doesn't get you high was used, it has enough properties in it to create clothing, rope, paper, food products. We can even make oil to run cars out of hemp seed. It grows without hardly trying. You don't have to fertilize it. You barely got to pay attention to it. For fuck's sake, it's called weed for a reason. But it's not legal. Why? I want to know. I want you to comment this page and tell me why. And not theories or why it'll never be, but why. I want the valid fucking argument. Like marijuana makes you rape babies or whatever your fucking theory is, because there's 0 cases of overdosing on marijuana. And the only people in prison for marijuana were doing violent crimes for fucking, well, that's not true. There are all kinds of people in there for smoking, but the people that should be in there were drug dealers killing people over money and turf, not over the weed. If weed was legal, fucking Marlboro would be selling it, the government would be taxing the fuck out of it, and everybody would be cool. Children's programs, health programs, the Social Security, the fucking deficit, the military, everyone could be paid based on the profits of marijuana sold worldwide. And I know people say, well, then everybody will smoke it. Really? Are you going to tell me that the fucking up to 70 million people who in the last 24 months have sampled marijuana, that it would be more than that? That there are just people waiting, ooh, I hope it's legal so I can smoke it? I'm pretty sure that everybody that wants to smoke, it's already smoking it. But now they're having to hide. I don't hide. I look into the camera on YouTube and say, I am a marijuana smoker. And if you are a pot smoker, I challenge you to do that. I'd like to drop the stigma of this drug. Put it right on my page. Rate me and then comment it. I get high. Who's in danger? Who's going to leave the house? Pizza Hut will have to hire extra drivers. Taco Bell will have to put extra people on staff. And Robot Chicken will sell so many DVDs that we could fix the country with weed. Tell me why do you think it should be illegal? I know it should be legal, and you're crazy if you don't, but I want to hear it. Moving on. I've taken a couple days to debate this. First of all, people have to stop attacking the black population for Proposition 8 passing in California and other states. People say that because black people came out and voted against gay marriage, that's why it didn't pass. That's like saying because black people voted for Barack Obama, he's president. They needed help. The Mormon Church, who's not even affiliated with the state of California, they're almost predominantly in Utah and Idaho. They spent millions of dollars making sure that the gay marriage proposition did not pass. Now here's where I have problems. At first I thought, well, that's the state of California. I believe in states' rights to vote on these issues, whether I disagree with them or not, because I think gay people are human beings that are consenting adults, and we live by a constitution that tells us if you come here, you hold the same rights to anything else here, that all men are created equal. It says that in our Constitution. And I personally feel that when you vote to not let gay people have a civil union and have the same rights to health insurance and the visitation of relatives and the visitation of children, that when you vote against that, you're voting against my Constitution. And I stand by that. And I know it just cost me subscribers, and I don't give a fuck, because I'll have no hate for people on here based on their sexual orientation, color, background, or whatever. Having said that, let me give you some examples of times where the masses were wrong. 1967, more than 70% of the people in this country disagreed with the Supreme Court when they ruled that 11 states no longer had the right to prevent interracial marriage. Mississippi, along with 10 other states, said if you're black and you're white, you can't get married. It's against God. And more than 70% of this country agreed with them. And the Supreme Court said, on this you are wrong. Black, white, Asian, American Indian, Hindu, Native, whatever. Sorry if I'm missing your shit. But the point was, it doesn't matter what background you have, you should be able to marry each other. 70% of this country said, no, you don't. And our Supreme Court said, wrong. Read the Constitution. Up until 1982, in 10 states, a husband could legally rape his wife without facing any charges. And more than 60% of the people polled in this country said, that's right, that's his wife. That pussy is his property. And the Constitution and the Supreme Court said, no, you are wrong. So on this, guys, the masses that voted against gay marriage, I'm going to say it. You're wrong. If you live in this country, my country, your country, you have the protective rights of every individual in this country. Even if you're gay, what two consenting adults wish to do with each other lovingly and caringly, even in a civil union, should be legal. And the state of California and the state of Florida and the other states that voted against it are wrong. And it should be changed. It absolutely should be changed. And I know this is costing me subscribers. I don't care. I'm a real American that understands my Constitution. And it should be upheld that all men are created equal. Guys, thank you for tuning in today. We're going to talk a little bit tomorrow about the fact the Klan keeps sending me a message saying I should really join their side, and for whatever reason they haven't watched enough videos to understand that mom is half black. So if you're going to take a mocha chocolate latte, if you want a vanilla chocolate, a guy with bad credit, diabetes, loves fried chicken, and big white women into your group, let me be the first partially black member of the Klan. We're going to talk about that later this week. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about it. If you're a pot smoker, put it right on there. I approve the shit out of this message. Later.
This has been Verbally Vicious News with Daryl Horner. Rate, comment, subscribe.